Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel, Soaring Kiwi. Today I thought I'd talk about one of the key reasons that I've decided to travel, and that is cost of living. So I mentioned in the previous video that it has become quite expensive to live in Auckland, in New Zealand, and I've been watching lots of YouTube videos of people living in Southeast Asia, South America, other parts of the world where the cost of living is so much more affordable than it is here in New Zealand. So I thought I'd go through some of my costs just to give you an idea of what it costs here. Everything's in New Zealand dollars. You can sort of halve it if you're converting to US dollars. So our dollar is weaker than the US. But if you look at my income in New Zealand, it's well into the six figures. Looking at it, it's at least twice the median salary of someone in New Zealand. So I'm certainly blessed to be on the higher end of the income bracket. But even then, I have very little to save at the end of each month. Even with that income, and that's my main salary. I also have a secondary income, a small amount, through I am a basketball manager for a team, a school team. I also manage overseas basketball tours. That brings in a small income, but I guess that's more sort of pocket money. That's a bit of play money rather than main income. But if you sort of add all that up, I'm certainly on the higher end. I'm not a millionaire, but I'm certainly earning well. And to really not have anything left at the end of each month is not great. So that's part of the motivation to look at, could I have a similar standard of living, if not better, for much less? So the videos I watch online, people in the likes of Vietnam or Cambodia or Georgia or Albania or Costa Rica, lots of these places, you can live for 2,000 New Zealand dollars a month. I'm spending four times that here. So it's certainly an attractive thing to go and look for those cheaper places to live while maintaining a great lifestyle. And in many ways, a better lifestyle, fresh food, lots of walking, new experiences. In many ways, it's a better lifestyle than what I have now. Retiring, not having to go to work every day, spending more time shooting these YouTube things. It's all very attractive at this point. So I thought I'd just go through a few costs here in New Zealand just to give you a bit of an idea um, how expensive it has become to live here. So as I mentioned previously, my son and I rent a house here. We pay $900 a week for rent on this house. I spend between $300 and $400 a week on groceries for the two of us. Eating out or ordering in food, we're spending another $800 a month on top of the groceries. Power's costing about $200 a month. Water rates are about $50 a month. The internet's $120 a month. A gym membership's about $100 a month. Now, because I don't have bills, the only insurance I have is contents insurance, and that's about $100 a month. Now, I'm lucky in my job to have a company car, so I have no car costs at all. So no maintenance, no initial cost of a car, no petrol cost. All my car costs are paid for, so that's a big saving. I looked at the petrol price on my way home today, and it was $2.80 a litre. So if you went through a 40-litre tank in a month, in a week, that's about $120 a week in gas. So yeah, that adds up. Things like Spotify, Patreon, YouTube, all those things cost me about $150 a month. The barber, I go twice a month to the barber. That cost me about $150 a month just going to the barber. And then I have some investment costs, some indicators and things that I subscribe to, which cost me about $150 a month as well. So lots of costs there. There's obviously other things around that, anything medical, clothing, gifts, all that stuff adds up as well. But yeah, it doesn't leave a whole lot towards the end of the month for saving or investing.
I thought I'd break up the video at this point with some footage of my girls and I spending some time walking the beach today after grabbing Starbucks. Hope you enjoy some shots of New Zealand. This is Takapuna Beach in Auckland.
So if I look at just in the last few days, a few of the costs I've had with a few things we've done. So I took my nephew to the movies 3 days ago. The tickets were $30 each, and then to get a popcorn and an ice cream each cost me another $40. So for two people to go see a movie with a couple of snacks was $100, which is getting on the fairly choppy end of things. Yesterday, my son and I went out. We went to the barber. We went and grabbed a toasted sandwich for lunch and then went to a golf simulator and had a swing for an hour. Now, the barber for me was $70 because I get my hair and beard done. For him, it was $50 just to see it. The two toasties cost over $30. So just for, and they were delicious, but a couple of bits of bread and some filling, $30 for that. And the golf sim I actually thought was fairly good value at $40 an hour. And it was that because I brought my own clubs. If you need to hire clubs, you add another $20 an hour onto that. Then today I took my girls to Starbucks and a little patisserie. Our Starbucks drinks were $10 each, and a pastry each was nearly the same. So again, $60 for a drink and a little bite to eat is fairly high. So yeah, you can see just from that the cost of living really does add up in Auckland. And when I see people posting in Vietnam, they're getting a coffee for $1 and a meal for $2, it certainly makes you think about how much you're spending and what value you're getting for your money in a Western country. So if I'm not able to save much money every week and month, how am I going to fund these travels around the world? I mentioned that my ex-wife and I had sold our house. So when we did that, I certainly didn't walk away with millions of dollars, but I walked away with a decent amount to invest. So certainly over the last 12 months has been a pretty good time to invest. A lot of things have gone up in value. And I've found some YouTube channels again of particular investors that I have vibed with, and I've taken their advice, and I've done pretty well over the last 12 months. So I've probably grown my investments by about 25% in the last 12 months. And if I can maintain that sort of increase, that will literally pay for my travels without having to really dip into my capital at all. I could live off that gain each year, each month. And if you're living on $2,000 to $3,000 a month overseas, then the gains on those investments will more than cover the cost of that travel. And who knows, if this YouTube thing takes off, that'll be a little bit of income as well that will go into the kitty. It all helps. All these little bits help. So that's the plan. I'm not a financial advisor, so I don't want to sit here and say, you should invest in this or invest in that. But I guess the general direction of my investments has been crypto and AI stocks. Crypto is certainly very volatile, so if you can't handle that, I would not suggest it. But I have made some good gains out of the likes of Bitcoin, but particularly AI stocks, Tesla and the like, Nvidia. Those have made some significant gains. I guess the trick is buy low and sell high, which is easy to say. It's harder to do in the market. But yeah, that's the plan, is to continue to invest, and I can do that from anywhere with Wi-Fi. So I'll take my laptop with me, and I can continue to do that, and hopefully make some decent gains as I travel, and that can fund the lifestyle that I'm hoping to have. So just a short video today to say hi and follow up a few questions that have come up around the financial side. I hope you got something out of this, and we'll see you again soon. Cheers.